listen to me, success is not about talent, it's not about luck, it's about focus. Every single one of you has the ability to achieve greatness. But the question is, can you stay locked in? Can you block out the distractions and commit to your vision? Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack focus. And today I'm here to tell you, stay focused on your goals, your dreams, and your purpose. Because if you do, nothing can stop you. If you want to stay focused, the first thing you need to do is define your why. Without a strong enough reason to push forward, distractions will take over, obstacles will break you, and you'll never reach your full potential. Your why is the fuel that keeps your fire burning when everything around you tries to put it out. It's what gets you up in the morning when you don't feel like it. And it's what keeps you working when everyone else quits. Without a why, focus is impossible, because focus is not just about looking at your goal. It's about locking in on it and refusing to let go no matter what. Most people struggle to stay focused because they never take the time to define what they're really working for. They go through life doing things because they feel like they're supposed to, not because they're truly connected to a deeper purpose. That's why so many people start strong but fade away when things get tough. They lose motivation because they never had a solid reason behind their actions in the first place. If you don't have a why, your energy will always fade when the struggle begins. But when you know why you're doing something, nothing can shake you. No failure, no criticism, no setback will be strong enough to stop you, because your why is stronger than any excuse. Your why has to be personal. It has to mean something so deep to you that nothing can pull you away from it. Maybe your why is to give your family a better life than you had. Maybe it's to prove to yourself that you can be successful despite what others have said. Maybe it's about creating a legacy that will last long after you're gone. Whatever it is, it has to be something that stirs something inside of you, something that makes you emotional, something that makes quitting not an option. Because when your why is strong enough, no distraction is worth losing focus over. Think about the most successful people in the world. They all have one thing in common. They know their why, and they never let go of it. When Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, he didn't give up. He locked in on his why, which was to become the best. When Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first job in television, she didn't let that stop her. She knew her purpose was bigger than one rejection. The reason these people became legends is because they had a why that kept them focused no matter what. When you wake up every morning, remind yourself of your why. Write it down, say it out loud, keep it in front of you every single day. Because when you truly define your why, staying focused becomes natural. It's not about forcing yourself to work. It's about being pulled toward your vision. When you have a powerful why, the distractions of the world don't seem so tempting anymore. The people who waste time on meaningless things, who let every little inconvenience throw them off track, who give up when it gets hard, those people don't have a strong why. But that doesn't have to be you. If you feel like you've been struggling to stay focused, if you find yourself constantly getting distracted, if you feel like you start things but never finish them, it's time to stop and redefine. Ask yourself, why do I want this? What is driving me? What am I willing to sacrifice to achieve it? And don't settle for surface level answers. Saying I want to be successful is not a strong enough why. Success has to mean something to you on a deep level. Do you want to change your family's future? Do you want to prove something to yourself? Do you want to live a life with no regrets? That's the kind of why that will keep you focused. Once you define your why, the next step is to remind yourself of it every single day. Put it somewhere you can see it. Make it a part of your daily routine. When challenges come, and they will come, go back to your why. When distractions try to pull you away, remind yourself of what's at stake. Every day you have two choices: stay focused and keep pushing forward, or lose focus and let distractions win. And I'm telling you right now, if your why is strong enough, you will always make the right choice. If you really want to succeed, if you really want to take your life to the next level, then stop letting little things pull you away from your purpose. Stop letting other people's opinions distract you. Stop letting social media, entertainment, or negativity take you off course. Your why is too important. Your future is too important. Your dreams are too important. So stay locked in, stay focused, and never forget why you started in the first place. Most people fail to reach their goals not because they lack talent, intelligence, or resources, but because they allow distractions to take control of their time and energy. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, television, toxic people, negative environments, and even our own thoughts. These distractions are designed to pull you away from your purpose. They are there to slow you down, to keep you comfortable, to make you settle for less than your full potential. If you want to stay focused and achieve greatness, you must learn to eliminate distractions and take control of your mind, your time, and your surroundings. You have to recognize that every time you allow a distraction to take over, you are stealing from your future. Every moment you spend scrolling on social media, watching pointless videos, or engaging in gossip, you are losing valuable time that could be used to build the life you want. Imagine if instead of wasting an hour a day on distractions, you use that time to develop a skill, work on your goals, or take care of your health. Over time, those small choices add up. The difference between success and failure is not always a huge leap. It is often the result of small daily decisions. Successful people know that focus is their greatest asset, and they fiercely protect it. One of the biggest distractions in life is negative people. There are people in your life right now who do nothing but drain your energy. They don't support your goals. They don't believe in your dreams. They fill your mind with doubts, fears, and negativity. If you want to stay focused, you have to limit your exposure to these people. That doesn't mean you have to cut everyone off completely, but it does mean setting boundaries. You cannot afford to spend time with people who don't align with your vision. Surround yourself with those who push you to be better, who challenge you to grow, who remind you of what you're capable of. If the people around you are constantly pulling you into distractions, then you need to ask yourself whether they belong in your life. Your environment also plays a huge role in your ability to stay focused. If your surroundings are filled with distractions, it's going to be almost impossible to concentrate on your goals. Look around you. Does your workspace keep you productive, or is it filled with clutter and unnecessary distractions? Do you have a place where you can focus without interruptions? The most successful people create an environment that supports their vision. They eliminate unnecessary noise. They remove temptations. They set up their space in a way that makes it easy to stay on track. If you are serious about eliminating distractions, you need to take a hard look at your environment and make adjustments. Another major distraction is your own mind. Sometimes the biggest thing holding you back is not external, it's internal. Self-doubt, fear, overthinking, and procrastination are all mental distractions that keep you from making progress. You start questioning yourself. You overanalyze instead of taking action. You let fear stop you from moving forward. The key to overcoming these mental distractions is to become aware of them and actively replace them with positive action. When negative thoughts come in, shift your focus back to your purpose. When fear tries to hold you back, take one small step forward anyway. The more you train your mind to stay focused, the stronger your ability to ignore distractions will become. Time management is another crucial factor in eliminating distractions. Most people don't have a focus problem, they have a time management problem. If you don't control your time, distractions will control it for you. Start by planning your day in advance. Set specific blocks of time for focused work. Turn off notifications when you're working. Take control of your schedule so that your time is spent intentionally rather than being dictated by random interruptions. The most successful people in the world don't have more hours in a day than you. They just use their time differently. They don't let distractions dictate their day. They decide what matters and give it their full attention. Distractions also come in the form of entertainment and instant gratification. We live in a world where it's easy to be entertained 24/7. There's always another show to watch, another game to play, another post to like. But entertainment should be a reward, not a priority. If you are serious about your goals, you have to learn to delay gratification. Success doesn't come from doing what feels good in the moment. It comes from doing what moves you closer to your vision, even when it's hard. Ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now helping me reach my goals? If the answer is no, then it's a distraction and you need to eliminate it. One of the most powerful ways to eliminate distractions is to create habits that support your focus. The more you build discipline into your daily routine, the less you'll have to rely on willpower. Willpower fades, but habits stick. Start small. Wake up early, set a specific time for deep work, limit social media usage, practice mindfulness. Over time, these habits become second nature and distractions lose their power over you. When you train yourself to be disciplined, you don't have to constantly fight distractions. They simply become irrelevant. At the end of the day, eliminating distractions is about making a decision. You have to decide that your goals are more important than temporary pleasure. You have to decide that your time is too valuable to waste. You have to decide that your vision is worth more than any distraction life throws your way. Once you make that decision and commit to it fully, nothing will be able to pull you away from your purpose. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. It is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Most people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they lack discipline. They let their emotions dictate their actions. They only work hard when they feel motivated, and when that motivation fades, they stop. But discipline is what keeps you going when motivation runs out. If you truly want to succeed, you must train yourself to be disciplined, to take action no matter how you feel, and to stay committed even when things get tough. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the right moment to start. They tell themselves that they'll begin when they feel ready, when they have more time, or when the circumstances are perfect. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. If you keep waiting, you'll never start. Successful people don't wait for the right moment. They create the right moment by taking action. Discipline is about making the decision to start now, to push forward despite the obstacles, and to keep going even when it's uncomfortable. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you build mental toughness. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first time you wake up early to work on your goals, it's hard. The first time you push yourself to go to the gym when you don't feel like it, it's uncomfortable. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Over time, discipline turns into habit, and habit turns into lifestyle. When you develop a disciplined mindset, you don't need to rely on motivation anymore because your actions become automatic. People who lack discipline make excuses. They blame their circumstances, their past, or the people around them. They tell themselves they don't have enough time, enough money, enough support. But excuses will never bring success. Discipline is about taking responsibility for your life and refusing to make excuses. No matter what challenges you face, you always have a choice to take action or to make an excuse. Every time you choose action, you move closer to your goals. Every time you make an excuse, you stay stuck where you are. Discipline requires sacrifice. You have to be willing to give up short-term pleasure for long-term success. That means saying no to distractions, cutting out toxic habits, and prioritizing what truly matters. It means waking up early when you want to sleep in. It means working on your goals instead of wasting time on entertainment. It means putting in the effort when no one is watching, when there's no immediate reward, and when it feels like progress is slow. Success is not about what you do once in a while, it's about what you do every single day. If you want extraordinary results, you have to be willing to do what most people won't. One of the most powerful ways to build discipline is to set clear, non-negotiable standards for yourself. Decide what time you're going to wake up and stick to it. Decide how many hours you will dedicate to your goals every day and follow through. Decide what habits you will build and refuse to break them. The key to discipline is not leaving room for negotiation. The moment you allow yourself to make exceptions, you lose control. Discipline means doing what you said you would do no matter how you feel in the moment. A major part of discipline is self-control. It's about mastering your emotions, your impulses, and your thoughts. Weak-minded people let their emotions control them. They give in to laziness, procrastination, and temptation. They let fear and doubt stop them from taking action. But disciplined people train themselves to control their minds. They don't let temporary feelings dictate their actions. They stay focused on their purpose, no matter what distractions come their way. Self-control is the key to staying on track, even when life throws challenges at you. To develop discipline, you must be intentional about your daily habits. Start by identifying the areas in your life where you need more discipline. Do you struggle with time management? Do you lack consistency in your work? Do you give up too easily when things get difficult? Once you identify your weaknesses, create a plan to overcome them. Set clear goals. Create a schedule and hold yourself accountable. Discipline is not something you develop overnight. It's something you build through daily effort and commitment. One of the biggest tests of discipline is how you handle failure. Many people lose motivation when they experience setbacks. They take failure as a sign to quit. But disciplined people see failure as a lesson. They use it as fuel to grow stronger. They don't allow temporary defeats to shake their commitment. No matter how many times they fall, they get back up and keep moving forward. If you truly want success, you have to be disciplined enough to keep pushing through every obstacle, every setback, and every challenge that comes your way. Discipline is what separates the average from the great, is what turns dreams into reality. If you can master discipline, you can achieve anything you set your mind to, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes. Stay committed, keep showing up, keep putting in the work. Your future depends on it. Success does not come overnight. It is a process that requires patience, dedication, and an unshakable belief in your ability to achieve your goals. Too many people expect instant results, and when they don't see immediate progress, they quit. They fail to understand that greatness is built over time through consistent effort and perseverance. Every person who has ever achieved something remarkable did so by staying committed to the process, even when it was difficult, even when progress was slow, and even when they felt like giving up. One of the biggest reasons people fail is because they are looking for shortcuts. They want success, but they don't want to go through the struggle. They want the rewards, but they don't want to put in the work. But the truth is, there are no shortcuts. Every great achievement is the result of years of effort, discipline, and sacrifice. If you want to reach your full potential, you have to embrace the process. You have to be willing to put in the work day after day without expecting immediate results. Success is not about making one big move. It's about making small, consistent efforts that compound over time. Patience is one of the most important qualities you can develop. Too often people give up because they don't see progress fast enough. They start working towards a goal, and after a few weeks or months, they don't see the results they expected, so they stop. But real success takes time. Think about a tree. When you plant a seed, you don't see anything for weeks or even months. But under the soil, roots are growing, the foundation is being built. And then when the time is right, the tree starts to grow above the ground. The same thing happens with your goals. Just because you don't see results right away doesn't mean progress isn't happening. If you stay committed, if you keep putting in the effort, eventually your results will start to show. Many people lose patience because they compare themselves to others. They look at someone who is successful and think, why am I not there yet? But what they don't see is the years of hard work, the failures, the struggles that person went through to get where they are. Everyone's journey is different. If you spend your time comparing yourself to others, you will lose focus on your own path. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth, your own progress, and trust that your time will come. One of the biggest challenges in staying patient is dealing with failure. Most people see failure as a reason to quit, but the most successful people see failure as a part of the process. Every failure is a lesson, an opportunity to learn and improve. If you let failure discourage you, you will never achieve greatness. Instead of seeing failure as the end, see it as a step forward. Learn from your mistakes, adjust your approach, and keep going. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to give up. Another key to staying patient is trusting the work you are putting in. Sometimes you may feel like you are putting in so much effort, but nothing is happening. That's when most people give up. But what they don't realize is that every action they take is building momentum. Success is like pushing a heavy boulder up a hill. It may feel like it's not moving at first, but if you keep pushing, eventually it will start rolling on its own. The key is to keep pushing even when it feels like nothing is happening. Trust that the work you are doing is leading you to where you want to go. One of the best ways to develop patience is to focus on the process instead of the outcome. When you are too focused on the end result, it can be frustrating when things don't happen as quickly as you want. But if you focus on the daily actions, the small steps, and the habits you are building, it becomes easier to stay motivated. Enjoy the journey. Find joy in the progress you are making, even if it's small. Every step forward, no matter how little, is bringing you closer to your goal. Surrounding yourself with the right people is also crucial. If you are around people who constantly expect instant success, who complain when things take too long, and who discourage you from being patient, it will be harder for you to stay committed. But if you surround yourself with people who understand the process, who encourage you to keep going, and who remind you that success takes time, it will be much easier to stay focused. The right environment can make all the difference in your ability to stay patient and committed. There will be times when you feel like giving up, There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when frustration sets in, and when you wonder if it's even worth it. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments when you have to dig deep and remind yourself why you started in the first place. Success is not about never feeling doubt. It's about pushing forward despite the doubt. It's about believing in yourself and your vision, even when no one else does. The reality is anything worth having takes time, whether it's building a successful career, achieving financial freedom, mastering a skill, or creating a strong and healthy body. It all takes patience, effort, and perseverance. There are no overnight successes. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who refuse to quit, who keep going when others stop, and who trust the process no matter how long it takes. The most important thing you can do is keep showing up, keep putting in the work, keep improving, and keep moving forward. No matter how long it takes, no matter how many obstacles you face, keep going. Because the moment you decide to quit could be the moment right before everything starts to fall into place. Stay patient, stay focused, and trust that your hard work will pay off. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. The way you think determines the way you act, and the way you act determines the results you get. If you have a weak mindset, you will find excuses. You will doubt yourself, and you will settle for less than you are capable of. But if you develop a strong mindset, nothing can stop you. You will push through challenges, stay focused on your goals, and refuse to quit no matter how hard things get. Everything begins in your mind. And if you want success, you have to train your mind for it. The problem is that most people are controlled by their thoughts instead of being in control of their thoughts. They let fear, doubt, and negativity take over. They listen to the voice in their head that tells them they are not good enough, that they will never succeed, that they should just give up. But that voice is a liar. It is built from past failures, from insecurities, and from the fears of other people who have projected their own doubts onto you. If you want to win in life, you have to take control of that voice. You have to stop letting your mind work against you and start making it work for you. One of the biggest obstacles to a strong mindset is self-doubt. It is easy to believe that you are not talented enough, but the truth is, success is not about being the most talented. It is about being the most determined. The people who win are not the ones who never doubted themselves, but the ones who pushed forward despite their doubts. They felt fear, but they acted anyway. They didn't know if they would succeed, but they gave their best effort anyway. They believed in their ability to grow, to learn, and to improve, and that belief carried them to success. Your thoughts create your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you can't do something, you will never do it. If you constantly see yourself as a failure, you will continue to fail. But if you shift your mindset, if you start telling yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are worthy of success, everything changes. Your actions start to align with your new beliefs. You start working harder, pushing through difficulties and finding solutions instead of excuses. The way you talk to yourself matters. And if you want to succeed, you have to start speaking success into your life. A strong mindset is built through habits. If you surround yourself with negativity, if you fill your mind with distractions, if you constantly allow yourself to be influenced by doubt, your mindset will be weak. But if you train your mind like a muscle, if you feed it with positivity, if you challenge yourself to think bigger, to expect more, to believe in yourself, it will grow stronger. You have to be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Read books that inspire you. Listen to people who uplift you. Avoid conversations that drain your energy and make you doubt yourself. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. So make sure it is working for you, not against you. One of the most important qualities of a strong mindset is resilience. Life will test you. You will face setbacks, disappointments, and failures. But how you respond to those challenges will determine your success. Some people let failure break them, while others use it as fuel to push forward. The difference is mindset. If you see failure as the end, you will quit. But if you see it as a lesson, as a necessary step toward growth, you will keep going. The strongest people are not the ones who never fall, but the ones who always get back up. Fear is another enemy of a strong mindset. Too many people let fear stop them from chasing their dreams. They are afraid of what people will think, afraid of failing, afraid of stepping outside their comfort zone. But fear is just an illusion. It only has power if you give it power. The most successful people in the world feel fear just like everyone else. But they don't let it control them. They take action despite the fear. They understand that the only way to grow is to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to embrace discomfort. If you let fear hold you back, you will never reach your full potential. Discipline is a key component of a strong mindset. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you going. There will be days when you don't feel like working, when you don't feel like pushing yourself, when you don't feel like doing what needs to be done. But discipline means doing it anyway. It means showing up every single day, putting in the effort, and staying committed to your goals no matter how you feel. A strong mindset is not about relying on motivation. It is about creating habits that keep you moving forward even when motivation fades. Another important part of developing a strong mindset is taking responsibility for your life. Weak-minded people blame others for their failures. They blame their circumstances, their past, their environment. But strong-minded people take full ownership of their lives. They understand that no one else is responsible for their success or failure. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create opportunities. They don't complain about their situation. They take action to change it. If you want to succeed, you have to stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for everything in your life. You have to train your mind every single day. Just like you train your body to get stronger. You have to train your mind to be tougher, to be more focused, to be more determined. It takes time. But if you commit to it, you will start to see changes. You will start to believe in yourself more. You will start to take action with confidence. You will start to handle challenges with strength instead of fear. And when that happens, there will be nothing that can stop you. Everything you want in life starts in your mind. If you believe you can achieve it, if you are willing to do the work, if you refuse to let fear and doubt hold you back, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. Train your mind, build your strength, keep pushing forward. Your success depends on it. Distractions are everywhere. In today's world, it's easier than ever to lose focus. Social media, television, negative people, and even your own self-doubt can pull you away from your goals. If you're not careful, you can spend days, weeks, or even years being busy, but not productive, working hard, but not making real progress. The key to success is learning how to eliminate distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. Most people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they allow distractions to control their lives. They wake up with good intentions, but before they know it, hours have passed scrolling through social media, watching television, or engaging in meaningless conversations. They waste time worrying about things they can't control instead of taking action on things they can. And then they wonder why they are achieving their goals. Success requires discipline. You have to train yourself to block out the noise, to say no to things that don't serve you, and to focus on what truly matters. That means setting clear priorities. You have to know exactly what you want and what steps you need to take to get there. If you don't have a clear vision, it's easy to get lost in distractions. But when you have a clear goal, everything else becomes secondary. You stop wasting time on things that don't align with your purpose. You stop letting other people's opinions dictate your decisions. You become laser focused on what you need to do. One of the biggest distractions people face is negativity, both from others and from themselves. There will always be people who doubt you, criticize you, or try to bring you down. If you listen to them, you will lose focus. You will start questioning yourself, hesitating, and second-guessing your decisions. But you can't afford to let negativity slow you down. You have to block out the noise and stay committed to your path. People who doubt you are usually projecting their own fears and insecurities onto you. Their words have nothing to do with your potential and everything to do with their own limitations. So stop letting their opinions control you. Another major distraction is your own mind. Self-doubt, fear, and overthinking can be just as harmful as external distractions. How many times have you talked yourself out of something because you were afraid to fail? How many opportunities have you missed because you were too busy overanalyzing every little detail? The mind is powerful, and if you let it, it will create endless excuses for why you can't succeed. But the truth is, success is not about having no fear. It's about acting despite the fear. It's about pushing through doubt and staying focused even when things get tough. Social media is another huge distraction. It can be a great tool for learning and networking, but for most people, it's a time waster. Hours are lost scrolling through other people's lives, comparing yourself to them, and getting caught up in meaningless drama. Instead of using social media to be productive, many people use it as a way to escape their own reality. But here's the thing. While you're watching someone else live their dreams, you're not working on your own. You're not moving forward. You're not getting closer to your goals. If you want to be successful, you have to be disciplined about how you use your time. Limit your social media use and instead invest that time into something that will actually help you grow. One of the best ways to eliminate distractions is to create a daily routine. When you have a structured plan for your day, it's easier to stay on track. Set aside specific times for work, exercise, learning, and rest. Stick to a schedule and train yourself to follow it. The most successful people in the world don't leave their time to chance. They plan it out and use it wisely. They wake up with a purpose, they know exactly what they need to do, and they execute. If you don't control your time, distractions will control it for you. It's also important to set boundaries. If you don't set boundaries, other people will steal your time without even realizing it. They will call you, text you, ask for favors, and expect you to be available whenever they need you. But if you're constantly catering to others, you won't have time for yourself. You won't have time to work on your goals. You have to learn to say no. You have to protect your time and energy. That doesn't mean you should be selfish, but it does mean that you should prioritize what's important to you. If something isn't helping you grow or move forward, it's a distraction. Your environment also plays a huge role in your ability to focus. If you're surrounded by chaos, it's hard to stay productive. If your workspace is cluttered, your mind will be cluttered. If you're around people who are constantly negative, complaining, or unmotivated, their energy will rub off on you. Make sure your environment supports your goals. Keep your workspace clean. Surround yourself with positive and driven people and eliminate anything that doesn't serve your purpose. The fewer distractions you have around you, the easier it is to stay focused. Another way to sharpen your focus is to remind yourself why you started. When you feel yourself getting distracted, take a step back and think about your goals. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What am I working towards? What will happen if I stay focused? What will happen if I don't? Sometimes all it takes is a quick reminder of your purpose to bring your focus back. Keep your goals in front of you. Write them down. Put them on a vision board. Or set reminders on your phone. Do whatever it takes to keep your mind locked in on what's important. Lastly, don't be too hard on yourself. No one is perfect, and everyone gets distracted from time to time. The key is to recognize when it's happening and bring your focus back as quickly as possible. The more you practice, the better you'll get at staying focused. Success isn't about never getting distracted. It's about having the discipline to refocus when you do. At the end of the day, your success is in your hands. You have the power to control what you focus on. You have the ability to eliminate distractions, stay committed to your goals, and create the life you want. But you have to make the decision. You have to take responsibility for your time, your energy, and your focus. Stop letting distractions control your life. Stay locked in on your goals, stay focused, stay disciplined, and make it happen. You are going to face challenges. That's just life. No matter how hard you work, how talented you are, or how much you prepare, obstacles will come your way. The real question is, how will you respond? Will you let challenges break you, or will you use them to build yourself up? The difference between people who succeed and people who don't is how they handle adversity. It's not about avoiding struggles. It's about learning how to push through them, how to stay strong when things get tough, and how to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. Most people see challenges as signs to stop, as proof that they aren't good enough, or as reasons to give up. But that's the wrong mindset. Challenges are not there to stop you. They are there to test you. They are there to see how badly you really want what you say you want. They are there to separate the committed from the casual, the strong from the weak, the determined from the doubters. If success were easy, everyone would have it. But it's not easy. And that's why most people never reach their full potential. They hit a roadblock, and instead of finding a way around it, they turn back. They let one failure define them. They let one setback convince them that their dream isn't possible. But the truth is, the only thing stopping you from success is your mindset. Every successful person has faced failure, rejection, and hardship. The difference is that they didn't let it stop them. They kept going. They found a way. They refused to quit. Think about anyone you admire, an athlete, an entrepreneur, an artist. I guarantee you they didn't have easy roads. They had moments when they doubted themselves. They had times when they wanted to give up, but they pushed through, and that's why they made it. The problem is that most people want success without struggle. They want the reward without the work. They want the trophy without the pain. But that's not how life works. If you want to win, you have to be willing to endure the process. One of the biggest mistakes people make when facing challenges is focusing on the problem instead of the solution. They get so caught up in what's going wrong that they forget to look for a way to make things right. They complain, they stress, they feel sorry for themselves. But none of that helps. What helps is action. What helps is figuring out what you can do to move forward. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of saying, this isn't fair, say, how can I make the best of this? Your mindset in difficult moments will determine your outcome. If you focus on problems, you will stay stuck. If you focus on solutions, you will find a way through. Fear is another thing that holds people back. When things get hard, fear starts whispering in your ear. What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if this is a waste of time? Fear will try to convince you to quit before you even give yourself a real chance to succeed. But fear is a liar. Fear is just your mind trying to protect you from discomfort. The problem is success requires discomfort. Growth requires discomfort. If you run away every time things get tough, you will never reach your full potential. The people who succeed are the ones who feel the fear, but move forward anyway. They understand that fear is just part of the process. When challenges come, you have to remind yourself why you started. There was a reason you set your goal in the first place. There was a reason you wanted this. When things get tough, don't focus on how hard it is. Focus on why it's worth it. Remember the bigger picture. Remember what's at stake. If you give up now, where will you be in a year, 5 years, 10 years? Do you really want to look back and regret that you didn't push through? Do you really want to wonder what could have been if you had just kept going? Use your vision as fuel. Use your goals as motivation. Let your purpose be bigger than your pain. You also have to surround yourself with the right people. When you're going through a tough time, the last thing you need is negativity. You don't need people who tell you to quit, who feed your doubts, who make you feel worse. You need people who push you, who believe in you, who remind you of your strength. Your environment matters. If you're constantly around people who accept mediocrity, you will start to accept it too. But if you're around people who strive for greatness, who refuse to settle, who encourage you to keep going, that energy will rub off on you. Choose your circle wisely. Find mentors, friends, and role models who inspire you to be better. Another key to overcoming challenges is taking care of yourself. When you're facing obstacles, stress can take a toll on your mind and body. That's why you need to be intentional about self-care. Make sure you're getting enough rest, eating well, exercising, and doing things that recharge you. A strong mind needs a strong body. If you neglect your health, you will burn out faster. If you take care of yourself, you will have the energy and resilience to keep pushing forward. At the end of the day, the only way to truly fail is to quit. As long as you keep going, as long as you keep learning and improving, you are still in the game. You are still moving forward. It might take longer than you expected. It might be harder than you imagined. But if you refuse to give up, if you stay committed, if you keep pushing forward no matter what, you will get there. Challenges are not the end. They are just part of the journey. And if you face them head on, if you push through them instead of running from them, they will make you stronger, wiser, and better. Keep going. No matter what challenges you face, no matter how many times you stumble, the most important thing is that you keep going. Life is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about learning how to overcome them. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a lesson. Every struggle is a stepping stone to success. The people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Think about it. If success were easy, everyone would have it. But it's not easy, and that's why it's worth it. The journey is supposed to be tough. It's supposed to test you. It's supposed to push you to your limits. Because when you finally reach your goal, when you finally achieve what you've been working for, it won't just be about the destination. It will be about the person you became along the way. The struggle makes the success meaningful. The pain makes the victory sweeter. But the only way to experience that victory is to keep moving forward. When things get hard, don't let fear control you. Don't let doubt win. Don't let temporary struggles make you give up on a future that could change your life. You have to push through. You have to remind yourself why you started. You have to believe that you are capable, that you are strong, and that you are built for this. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who push you, who remind you of your potential. Take care of yourself both mentally and physically so you have the energy to keep going. Focus on solutions instead of problems. Learn from every failure, use every setback as motivation, and most importantly, never let quitting be an option. Your future is in your hands. Your dreams are waiting for you, but it's up to you to go after them. Stay focused, stay committed, stay strong, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way, no matter how difficult the road may seem. If you refuse to give up, if you keep moving forward one step at a time, you will get there. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Keep going.